met up with my two learners, Kimberly and Joanne, and I found that there's a few things that may impact on how I teach them and the units that I'm going to be showing them.
Okay.
So some of the issues have been coming up are learning issues. So for my first student, Julianne Heffernan, she has very limited spelling and comprehension skills, which would mean she will need the assistance of an educator to help her through any of the written exercises or assessments that is required in the course. Now, her ability to pick up skills is pretty good because she's a visual learner, so just making sure that an educator is there to show her and demonstrate to her the task will be enough for her to do the course work.
Okay, good.
Okay, so when it comes to verbal instructions, I will have to give quite a lot of examples so that she will be able to understand and visualise it and then put it into her own words for these written assessments. Kimberly, on the other hand, has a hearing impairment. Now, while she has limited hearing, she can hear still, so I would put her in the front of the class with me, where I am always there for her to hear. I'll speak a little bit louder, possibly a little bit slower, and then I'll also give her some written instructions. That way she will follow along, and if there's any issues, I'm right there to talk to.
Excellent.
Okay?
Well done.
Now, I would also provide not only the written instruction, but also give her extra assistance if she needs assistance, which will be one-on-one throughout the class session. Now, all learning for the students will be both in the classroom for written assessments, because I'll be holding lectures, and they also go into the practical lab where I will be giving out practical tasks which they will need to do once I've given a demonstration of them. So, for example, with the facilitate the empowerment of older people, the kind of tasks I will get them to do is to show me how they will treat the clients they will be working on and make sure that they're using strength-based approach. Okay? Good. So now the students will be required to attend all classes Monday to Friday between 9 and 3:30, and to do that they must be every day. And of course, if they're sick, there is some leniency there. So they're going to do bookwork with me until 12 o'clock, and then they will have their lunch, and then at 1 o'clock they will be in the prac lab with me implementing the kind of knowledge that I have set out through the lectures and the verbal tasks. Now, it's the expectation here at Connect Training that they attend all practicals until they are deemed competent enough to undertake the final assessments at the end of 6 weeks. Now, before they can finish their course, the students must have all 12 assessment booklets completed and marked competent, and then sit for a final exam and be marked by the educator as passing all practical units. Students are required to wear correct shoes and clothing while in the prac lab, and must have done the health safety so that they're able to use the equipment. Now, the rules that are set out are done by the organisation, and they are the standard rules of duty of care and working safe and in a good manner that is going to be not only safe in what they do, but how they treat their other workers or students. So it is my job to also be there with them at all times to make sure that they are behaving safely and doing what they have to do while there. Now, at the end of this, they will have a placement of 120 hours at an aged care facility, and of course I wouldn't be present there, but once they get to that stage, they will have to implement all of the learning into what they're doing, so that will hopefully lead to a job. So both students will be given the opportunity to succeed at all times.
Yes.
We will offer extra assistance. We will provide them with instructions for Kimberly and extra help for Julianne if she needs it. Along with the practicals, again, I will be there at all times with all the activities to assist them and demonstrate before they are able to actually do the practicals on their own. Regardless of that, it will always be myself in the class, and I will not leave them because this is something that they need to have me there to make sure they're safe.
Yep.
And also if they need questions, they can do that.
Yep.
So with a combination of all the lectures giving the background information on the units, the workbooks to implement all the information given and then followed up with the exercises in the prac lab, I truly believe they'll get a well-rounded introduction into the course and all the benchmarks would have been achieved, providing they turn up every day, bar Saturday, Sunday, between 9 and 3:30. Furthermore, I'll be making sure they will attend a placement at an aged care facility when they're deemed competent, and they will have hands-on work with the clients, because obviously if this is the job industry they'd like to enter, they will need that hands-on experience. So once that's all done, they will get a certificate from us to say they have completed all of the course requirements, and then they will be able to go out and get a job. What do you think of that?
I think that's really quite comprehensive and well done.
Thank you.